Yeah, coaching a lot this week. Yow.
What's up?
Let me pull up your thing real fast. Actually, let's see. Let's see. Learn how to lane. Oh, nice. Hell yeah. This is the good one. All right. Hopefully, be able to tell when my opponents make a mistake. I identify when to trade. Feel like a lot of times I'll end up just AFK wave clearing autopiloting. So I feel like I really need my lane to be put under a microscope to see where I'm messing up. Sure. Yeah. Perfect. OPGG.
Yeah.
Pool party Graves. Let's see. Uh-oh. Graves abuse? Graves mid? Okay.
Yeah. Mid or top, mostly mid.
Okay.
And if I don't get him, I usually dodge or try to get my team to dodge. So
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Let me see. Biggest pain points. Unless I get a lead, I usually end up autopilot and AFK wave clearing, so it feels almost like I'm coin flipping in a way. Yeah. Hope.
yeah, it's like it just gets to a point where I don't know what to do, and I'm just like soaking gold, soaking XP, and then hoping that, if my champ gets 6 items and scales hard enough, then I'll just win. But
Oh, okay, yeah. We definitely want to get that mindset, get that out. Let's just toss it out. Never think like that again.
yeah, I mean, like I feel like I can tell if my like I can snowball if my lane's like a complete, specimen or whatever. Like I
yeah.
can if they're just blatantly like screwing up.
Okay.
But
Right. So, and here's the thing. Here's the trick, the secret.
mhm,
They're all specimens, including yourself
sure,
for now. But we're not
right.
gonna. We're gonna make you a machine. So, so let me type in something here. Pool party grades. No. Basically, the point of me saying that wasn't to insult you. It was to
No,
tell
I
you
get it.
that
I mean,
every
I'm perfectly like, I get it.
yeah, it's just like no one is gonna play lane properly in this elo. Is basically the point.
Yeah.
So I think the best thing we can do here is just actually open up one of these games. What game here in your match history was a game where you felt like you like
Uh,
couldn't punish your mid or anything
oh,
like that?
I was 1-8 against Anivia. It was
That's
on this patch right there. Yeah.
yeah. I figured that would be the one because a lot of the players actually struggle with Anivia. It's kind of a knowledge check, I think.
Yeah, and like there's not a lot of resources for Graves mid for me to like, look up or whatever.
Oh, true.
And so I mainly rely on like talking to other Graves players about it. And a lot of them don't like this match. They don't like control mages mid.
Luckily, Anivia is actually theoretically, like in my mind, I haven't played this matchup in a while, especially with all the changes to both champs. But theoretically, this should be pretty easy for you for a while. Like in the first 6 levels or the first 5 levels, especially, should be really easy for you because
Yeah. I don't really remember a lot about this game. It was just like a lot of nothing happened, and then like I eventually get Essence Reaver, and I just like AFK push the wave.
okay. Well, let's see what happened.
I think I got like 3-man once, and then I don't really do much in lane.
Well, I just noticed something. So why do you go fleet?
It's just a like all around decent rune on Graves.
Yeah.
Like
When
I
I
think.
when I did like a Graves mid grind, to totally learn him,
Hmm.
I came to the conclusion that, well, what do you know? Well, let me see what you're actually like building. Hold up. Do you go lethality? Okay, so Eclipse.
It's Eclipse Essence Reaver usually, and then like lately there's a new build floating around where it's like Chempunk Eclipse Black Cleaver.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, I guess if you're going that build, that would be fine. I've always liked Electrocute. That's basically what I came to the conclusion.
I've done like every rune possible on it. I just like Fleet lately because
Sure.
I'm really trying to like I guess learn.
Mm-hmm.
I've never really thought critically much about lane.
Okay. So let's just take it from the top here. So Anivia, her level 1, she's always going to start Q.
Yeah.
And do you know the cooldown of her Q, or just have a general idea?
8 or 9 seconds.
Yeah, close.
Oh shit.
So, I mean, no, that's close. That's close enough to know. Basically, it's close enough to know that it's not short. It's not like
Yeah.
4 or 5,
That's
like her,
that's her.
like her E. That's so. That's totally fine. As long as you said 8 or higher, I would have been okay with that. So,
Long cooldown. Yeah.
yeah, it's a long cooldown. So that's the first part of the matchup. Second part is you're AD, she's AP. So if you guys trade autos, if you jump in and you guys are autoing, you're going to kick the shit out of her, of course. And her Q is like really slow moving. It's actually, to be honest, like at a high level, you won't really see Anivia's landing Q without using the wall very often. So, but basically the whole point here is because you're AD and you're Graves, you know this, you're going to be pushing constantly, and you are just trying to bait out her Q and dodge it. And as soon as you do that, you have that long window. So in your mind, it was 8 seconds, but now you know it's 12. You have like a 12-second window to just abuse her. She can't do like anything because you can straight up just kill her level 1. So baiting out an ability, if you struggle with control mages as Graves, this is like one of the fundamental concepts of playing against mages, is learning how to bait out a core, like a key ability from them. So you walked up and used Q here. Now, so this movement was good, but then she throws this, and I'm interested to understand like why you moved the way you did.
I don't really remember. I mean, I guess I just didn't react to it, and I was already putting in a click there.
Okay,
I didn't
so
really have a reason for it.
yeah, that's fine. So that makes me think, were you this? So from this point, after you throw this Q, at this point, the movement, like these clicks, this movement, was this to try and bait out her Q, or are you just kind of clicking around?
I'm just probably clicking around, like, or I was thinking she'd walk closer for an auto or something like that.
Right.
Or,
that's why when the reason why I asked that is because when you say I didn't react fast enough, that kind of gives it away, that like you weren't thinking about it. Because if you're thinking about it, the moment you see the animation, you start moving, to dodge it.
Gotcha. Right.
So that's the way it's like. This is all like a mentality thing here. Is like so another a champion that has a similar like concept here is like a Swain E. Champions that have like long cooldown abilities that are like key to their trading pattern, to their damage. Anivia, if she just hits you with an E, it doesn't do shit. Hits you with Q and E, does a lot of damage. Swain, he has to land his E because then he can land a full combo. Who else? We'll just leave that for there because we're going to touch back on that a bit. But so the whole thing here is you should just be focused on trying to walk at her to make her feel pressured to throw the Q, but you shouldn't be. When you walk at her like this, you can see this, right?
Yes, I can.
Oh wait, Oh wait, my chat can see too. Okay.
It's like the idea is that's her one ability to her one long cooldown.
Yeah, and the thing is here, so like you should be walking at her, like clicking towards her, but you shouldn't be waiting to see the animation, then clicking. You should be moving at her and then preemptively clicking this way, this way, this way. Basically, you're just trying to walk at her to make her feel threatened to throw it, but you're preemptively moving out of the way in case she does. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because if you try to just react to her, sometimes it'll be too late. Because, and like I said, once you bait it out. Okay, here's another big issue. So you got hit by the Q.
Yep.
That's okay. So now we can talk about the thing we talked about earlier, where I said you're AD, she's AP. So she gets greedy for another auto here. You just run away, but she's gonna get this next auto no matter what. So you should run at her, because think about it. If you run at her and she...
Yeah, I have fleet and I can
right,
chase her down. She doesn't have her ability up either.
Right, she has nothing left. So she got greedy for more damage here, and you did you gave her exactly what she wanted. Now she procs electrocute, and there you go. So You can't. This is like a big problem in lower elo that I notice is like if you guys will start losing a trade and then not trade back and then just because you get afraid because you're taking damage or something that's like kind of along those lines. Whereas like you have to realize you're going to take that same amount of damage anyway, so you might as well try to trade some back. And in this scenario, you can actually win it because you're so much stronger at level 1. All that makes sense?
Yeah.
Cool. So now that we know what her cooldown is and how you're supposed to play this, tell me what's wrong with this picture right here.
Because I'm about to hit level 2, or...
No, this is still the first wave, so no level 2 action here.
Okay.
It's okay.
Not really
You can think
sure.
about it. You can take your time to try to think about it here.
Am I shooting my Q? Am I,
No, you're not doing anything right
honestly,
now. You're just autoing.
I
So,
don't really know.
it's okay. So, remember we talked about like your AD and like how she has one core ability and she used it. So it's on cooldown.
Right.
So if her ability's on cooldown, that's all of her damage really. Her autos don't really do anything, especially if you walk up and auto her. And she's putting her back to a wall. So you should be walking up, Q, and then auto. Right?
Yeah.
Because what's
That
to
makes
stop
sense. Yeah, exactly. Because this is like her weakest.
you? And look, she's not respecting it. You're clicking backwards.
Man, it's kind of crazy when it's like how long it is when when viewed like that.
Yeah, right. It's happening fast in game, but this is like it's all about slowing this down in your head where you know they have a long cooldown, you have to abuse it, and it doesn't have to be right on the dot, but it still has 5 whole seconds left, right? So like you have so much time and she's just not respecting it. And like when I see you walk away, that's how I know that you're either not thinking about the scenario or you're not thinking about it properly. Because if you think about it, every time you don't punish them when they have an ability down and they're getting CS, they just basically like you can almost think of these like early levels and especially like a turn-based game where it's like
Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned it because it's like I think in my mind I'm viewing it as like just that whole thing since she threw her Q. That's like one long interaction.
Mhm.
But I viewed it like when she procced electrocute, like that was the end of it. Like
Yep, exactly. So like after that, you can see the same thing happening again, same exact thing. Watch. So her Q's come back up. She throws this. You have so much time to dodge this that if you were trying to bait this like you should be by walking at her and then clicking to the side preemptively, there's no world this ever hits. But but look what you did. You tried to throw Q here. So not only did you not like respect that her Q was back up and not try to bait it and dodge it, but the way you're using your Q here, this isn't how you use Graves' Q in lane.
Right.
The way Graves plays lane, to be honest, is like push and then you use your Q on like this wall, tower, this, sometimes right here to like catch when they're standing in this area. But this stuff, no, especially without your.
I feel like that's when I'm most awkward is like in these parts of the lane,
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, when I played him, it felt awkward for me too at first.
Like, I feel most comfortable closer to the tower when they're in those positions.
Yep.
That's like the easiest, but.
And that's why. So in that scenario, like you don't have to use Q. You can just bait out hers and then keep pushing, and then she has to farm under tower, and then you're in your win condition.
Right.
Okay, so what was the issue there? What's the issue right here in this picture? What's the problem with this?
I'm moving back and her Q's still down.
So even if her Q is up, look, her Q's up, and like it's okay to not know that because we're like pausing a lot, so it's hard to keep track of everything right now. But the whole thing is, even if her Q is up, it doesn't matter because you can E in, auto her, and then Q off the wall. And even if she stuns you, that Q's still going to go and you're going to win that trade because she doesn't have her E.
Right.
So like this is just level 2 advantage, not using it. And look, she's not respecting it. She's just kind of standing there. Like you're all the way back here. You're acting like she's level 2 and you're level 1. Right?
Yeah, man.
Okay. Okay. So I want you to see something here. Where you're standing right now has 2 problems. You're standing in a spot where you're right here. So if she throws her Q, whoops, like this, or actually like this, right? This, you don't have many options when you're putting yourself next to this wall, right? Because you literally do not have this option. So it's just like this.
Like I'm boxing myself in.
Right. That's the first issue. Second issue is you are hugging a side of the lane, that you're hugging this side of the lane with no ward here or anything. So I don't know if you knew where Lee Sin was at this time.
No, I didn't. I think I just was hugging it because that's just so happened to be where my jungler was, and I don't know if I had to rotate to that or whatever, but...
So it's good to hug the side that your jungler's on, but you still can't hug blind because Lee Sin can still get here and just be sitting right there. So yeah, you're making it basically really like this gives me anxiety because I'm seeing a Nivea Q here, Lee Sin Q from the brush, and you die, right? So that's like what I'm. Okay, next concept. Nice. Here's another one. Perfect. Now that you have E, when you have a, this is so like I said at the start, theoretically this should be very easy for Graves this matchup, and this is why. You push her in. She should never be able to hit you with Q because of your E, and she can never outpush you because it would cost her too much mana. Yeah, it's just this should be really, really tough for her. So right here, if you use E like this, so watch something here. You do this, and then you do this. Okay. So this scenario, you dodged her Q, but you dashed away. What if
I dash more aggressively towards her?
Right, so this is going to be like a mentality thing again, where you know what's coming. So where you're thinking, okay, if she uses Q... Also, this angle, so there's a difference between you standing here and you standing here like I'm talking about. Then she's throwing it straight on. Then you can dash here, 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 here. Where you're standing right now, what I want you to do here is dash in, but like this will clip you. So it's like, again, this angle is just shit. But I mean, that's not even the most important part. Important part here is just understanding how your mobility, no matter who this is, Anivia, Syndra, Ori, anyone with a skill shot, you want to be using your E to go in as they are using it. So you want to be dodging and engaging at the same time. That's like the most efficient way to use it. It makes it so they literally do not have their ability, right? And so they can't kill you and you're in your win condition right away. So if you were ready for this, knowing that, okay, she could throw Q here. If I see it, I'm going to dash in like this, Q off the wall, auto her. So both of those trades, this one and the previous one, when you hit level 2 and she was standing right here, both of those would do half her HP.
Yeah, that's a concept for like all of these control mages.
Mm-hmm. Every single one.
Yeah.
But when you do this, this gets you nothing. And like honestly, I mean, this is a 16-second cooldown. Hers is 12. I mean, yours gets reduced a bit, but you see the point. Like, you need to be using that aggressively.
Yeah, because that just lets her do whatever she wants, because she has no like threat of me going in on her.
Yep. Okay, so now... So it's okay to use Q like this if you're pushing for a reason. Like if you're doing it to just push because you need to hard push. But like the thing is, you outpush naturally, so you should only use Q to do this when you need like that hard push, scenario. Because you do so much damage to the wave. So, okay, now you're level 3. Here she, look, all right, so it's very clear what's happening right now. Right?
Yeah.
She's out for blood, for sure. If she doesn't throw Q here, I'll be blown away. Oh my god, she just autoed. Okay, well, so, okay, no, she was looking for something. So, now that we know what we know, how could have this been better?
Yeah. I don't really know why she like walked up like that though, because I didn't know where Lee Sin was, and I don't even know if I was concerned about a jungler at that point, but I mean, I could have. Was my E up that whole time?
Mm-hmm.
I could have played it more aggressively then, like auto E auto.
Well,
Q,
so
maybe.
basically, so right here, when she throws Q, like you should be walking at her, ready for her to throw Q, and the moment she does, dash to the side, hit her. Now, next part of this. What if I told you, let's say Lee Sin was here, you easily kill him. Like, it won't even be close.
Just because I have like the minion wave and he'll be like the same level.
Minion wave, and you have to think about this. How much damage, if Nivea's missing Q like this, how much damage does she have left?
Oh, well, none.
89.
She just has her E, yeah.
That's it, and auto attacks. You're Graves. So you can block Lee Sin's Q. You have Ignite. So like you can easily just kite. You could use minions to kite out Lee Sin, or you could just to block his Q, or you could just kite away from Anivia and just fight the Lee Sin basically 1v1. But yeah, so if you're not trading here because you're afraid of the jungler, then I get it, but you actually don't need to be afraid of the jungler here.
I think it was like a lot of things, because going into this matchup, I felt like it was already like a ticking time bomb sort of thing, you know? I was thinking like I gotta try to get a lead somehow versus this character, and if I don't, then
Okay,
I'm just gonna stall the lane.
You never have to think that way. This game doesn't work that way. It all just comes down to punishing mistakes. And speaking of mistakes, so you tell me what was wrong here from both of you in a second. I'll tell you when. Okay, she's gonna use Q here. All right. So you tell me what should happen right here. After she hits you with E, what should happen?
I auto her E forward, auto her, like, go ham on her because she missed her Q. She threw her E. She's got nothing.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. But let's see what happens. So, did you see that you gave her a chance to just walk away?
Yeah.
That means
like the thought happened like a lot, like too late.
Right. And like that's like a problem because of course, because like if you gave her a chance to just walk away here, and then you lose this opportunity to get a big chunk of her HP.
Yeah, for
which
sure.
is a big deal. So it's like you're not understanding you're not thinking in your head, okay, she has no Q and she's just autoing me in my wave and I'm fucking Graves. Like, what is she doing? Right? Like that is what you should be thinking.
Exactly.
Because this guy's a psycho. Look at that. One trade. Was that your first real trade of this lane right here?
Yeah. I got all my abilities off on her.
And look how much damage. And that's without electrocute. So this actually probably could have even been better. Let me see it.
Yeah, it's probably not optimal.
No, that works. That was good. And like, look at that damage. Just one punish. And like I said, you could have punished her multiple times by now.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Also, I do recommend starting Corrupting Potion on Graves because mana costs. Really? Yeah, I always start Corrupting Potion because the mana costs are a little bit ridiculous. I mean, isn't it like 80 mana? That's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I take Presence of Mind, but I don't know. I never really feel like I have a mana problem, but maybe I'll try it some more. I just like Longsword because it makes getting Dirk a lot faster.
Yeah. I mean, if you never have mana issues, then... Okay, so right here about a level 4, you should be looking... Okay, there it is. See, so like it's very obvious. So even though you're not even doing it on purpose, I just want you to look at like how you are... Okay, so you walking at her like this, look. You keep walking up like this. This right here, this is pressure. Like she is feeling that you're walking at her like this, meaning she's going to try to use Q. It's like very clear when you're walking up like this.
Mm-hmm.
So like I said, I don't know if you're doing this on purpose. I don't think so based off of what we've learned so far, but now that you know that you can pressure them into using abilities like this, now it just comes down to using E when you see it. Sometimes, though, let's say, they're too far away to dash in. It's okay to just bait out the Q and dodge it, but let's see what you do afterwards. She's just going to CS for free. You see? So she's just CSing for free. So basically what I'm seeing here is, yeah, it's kind of exactly what you said. It's a lot of just going through the motions. You're not punishing. You'll sometimes trade. But yeah, this we definitely gotta focus totally on basically every single time. It's like you should break down the matchup every single time. So let's just use another example. What's another matchup you struggle with?
Well, I mean that I've played versus recently. I played against an Annie recently, but
Okay.
it's kind of the same issue.
Okay. Yeah. So
She
Annie.
felt like she's a lot better.
So Annie, let's break down that. Who pushes harder, you or Annie?
Graves does.
Do you need to use abilities to push, or will autos work?
No, you just auto.
Right. So autos will work. That means you have minion advantage. Does Annie's abilities draw minion aggro?
Yeah, it's a single target, right?
Right. Her Q draws minion aggro. So that already tells you that matchup should be very in your favor. It's very similar to this one right here. Anivia can't outpush you. She can't really pressure you. Annie also can't pressure you because she's going to take minion damage. So if you push the wave, she's going to take too much minion damage.
Right.
So then it just comes down to punishing them if they do try to trade with you at the wrong times, like this Anivia has been doing. And you can also rush a Hex Drinker versus Annie. That's totally fine.
I think I don't even remember if I ended up doing it. I think I just went Mercs or something, but yeah, I probably should have.
I mean, you don't have to, but basically, the other part's more important. Just like you need to punish her the same way you try to punish this Anivia. Okay, what are we doing here?
Probably a ward or something. I don't remember.
Yeah. So, why did you put this ward here?
To look for the jungler that's not going to come from there. I don't know.
Yeah, it's okay. The whole point of this is to show you that this. Remember what we said. What's Graves' win condition in lane? What is he supposed to do? What's his game plan?
Pushing and harassing them under tower.
Right. So look, we're in our win condition right now, right?
Yeah.
But we don't use it. Look where she's standing. Easy Q.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, like, I always tell people in the gold to, like, honestly, I don't even give a fuck if you never ward. What I recommend is just putting wards in like shallow places. Like, if you're hugging this side, just put it in the brush next to you. That's it. That literally as far as you should go, because other kinds of vision hurts you more than it helps.
Yeah, I mean, I remember you talking about that in one of your, some other coaching session where it was like, don't let the threat of a jungler stop you from making a play or something like that.
It's kind of a similar concept, but it's just like you don't like I said, I don't even care if you don't ward at all, but if you're gonna want to ward just to feel safer, just do it in the side you're hugging, so you're not hugging blind, and that's it. Don't like overthink it and go for shit like this. Like this ward, honestly, just doesn't really do much for you.
Oh yeah, we have Scuttle Crab too.
Right. And so it's just we want to focus on the things that you like actually need to be improving on in lane, not your vision. Your vision's like way down at the bottom of the priority list. Like, so, and the reason is, so let's say you have a player that plays like you, doesn't punish in lane like this, but they ward perfectly and they never fucking die to ganks. They will not climb.
Right, because they're not carrying.
Right,
Like,
they're just coin flipping every game. But a player that never wards, but they're winning lane a lot of the time, even though they die to a bunch of ganks, they will climb. Because a lot of those games, they're winning the lane, and that changes everything. That leads to 1v2s, where you kill both of them, leads to just like a lot of pressure. Point is, you can see how much more important it is to focus on laning and not on like making sure your wards are good. Because that ward hurt you because you didn't use your win condition there.
yeah,
So,
she's got CS for free.
right. So just try to focus on understanding, like how to trade and all that stuff, and wards will come down like way later down the line.
Okay.
Here we go. Yep. So I'm always saying here we go right before she uses it, right? Because like it's very obvious. It's because notice it's always when you get into a certain range where she feels threatened. Because Anivia, they know it's very hard to hit Anivia's Q when it's far away. It's hard to hit it in general. So when you get into this exact same range every time, she always uses it. So when you do this right here, all right, you're in that range. So you just need to know it's coming and then E to
React to it, yeah.
one of the sides because it's very slow. So you can just E to one of the sides. You can even put W on her and just kick the shit out of her. Because this is basically, you guys are just stalemating, even though you have all this. Yes, see this? Oh, pain. Oh, pain. Not only did you not go in and you got hit by it, but then you used W. That was the worst part.
That's a really low value W.
Yeah, so like, why was that W bad?
Because it costs so much mana. I didn't do anything off of it. And that's like one of my longest cooldowns too.
And like, what is it? Like, your W is
It'll,
used
like,
to.
It can help turn around ganks and stuff. But
well, it's actually used. It enables what ability to be hit much easier.
oh, my Q.
Right, because it's a fucking, what is it, 99% slow? 50%. Okay. That's basically 99% in this game. So you should never be using your W like this unless, that's why I said, like, if you jumped in here, then using W is fine. Because, like, you're slowing her and you're going to auto her a bunch of times with it. So you're getting value out of the W, right? But if your Q is up here and you use W and Q to try to land it because you were stunned like this, that would also be, like, okay. But doing this with no Q and you didn't go in.
I don't really know what I was thinking there, actually. Like, oh my god.
Okay, if you're not getting ganked here, she's griefing, but you definitely should be getting ganked. This is one of those times in low elo. There's two concepts here. One, because you just trolled, you lost half your HP. If you didn't lose half your HP and they tried to gank you, you kill them both. The other thing is, this is where in low elo you can't tell sometimes if they're trolling or if you're getting ganked. If you're not getting ganked here, this Anivia is just griefing so hard. Tell me you're getting ganked. Okay, great. Let's see how you play it. Oh boy. Okay.
I really don't remember this.
Oh boy.
Oh wait, no, that's right. I get her egg, and
No, I would try to block this out of my memory too if I were you. Like, yeah, that was rough.
I mean, I repressed a lot about this game.
Wait, did you actually get her egg?
Yeah,
How?
I ignite her.
Oh, and she walked back into the queue. Jesus, these players. Okay.
Hecarim.
So let's look at this again. First of all, like I said, a lot of this was because you griefed right here and gave them half your HP. Otherwise, they can't kill you. This Lee Sin's actually only level 3. You're level 5. So you made this, I think you can tell, really hard for yourself. Because you can actually 1v2 them here quite easily. I guess I shouldn't say easily since you used W earlier, but because you're level 5.
And he's level 3.
Mm-hmm. So like, you went this way. Why did you go this way and not just towards your tower?
I really don't know. I think like in my mind, distance was just as good as going to my tower. I didn't think they'd go as ham as they did, but I guess they might as well have, because I made it so, like you said, I made it so hard for myself.
Yeah, because like if you go towards your tower, not only is a new wave coming, but like that makes them overchase. If they overchase too hard, because like basically you should E away. Well, you should. This is how the gank should be played out. Graves shows up. I mean, Lee Sin shows up. First thing you should see is, holy shit, this guy's level 3, meaning you're actually not in that much danger. So you should auto him, and then E towards your tower, auto him again. He is then going to have to try to hit Q because he's going to miss this E like he just did, I believe. Oops, fuck. I didn't mean to press that. Oh my god, I pressed it again. Brain dead. Okay. Yep, he's going to miss E like that. So now he's going to try to hit you with Q. If you can try to dodge it. If you get hit by it, it's not that big of a deal because like if he goes into your tower, then he's going to have to flash out anyway. But yeah, that's the way you start this. And then if they keep chasing, you can end up killing them. Like if Anivia flashes in, you can flash her Q and then kill her. You can kill Lee right now. Like if let's say Anivia's not here and it's just you level 5 versus level 3 Lee, you win. So
right.
And she has no ability, so it like basically is 1v1 right now. And that's why like you want to go this way and just keep that 1v1. Make Anivia flash in, and then you can respond with flash as well, something like that. But this was a gank where you should easily survive. At the bare minimum, like bare minimums, easily survive. If not, kill them both. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Oh my
Just
goodness.
Because of what I did.
Oh god, I don't want to watch. Oh god, I don't want to watch. Oh, nice champ. Oh, nice fucking champ. This fucking game. Oh my god. Nice champ. Alright, so, I mean, we already see, like, the biggest issue with I would assume this might actually be what you do. Do you do this every game? You just don't...
Against like champs like Anivia specifically, like characters that have just as good wave clear as I do. I guess control mages, but I don't see that many of them. I see mostly like Zeds and Yones.
Oh, okay.
It's just this is like, I mean, it's the same concept, I guess.
Yeah.
Where it's like, obviously they're making mistakes, and you know, so am I. But like, I'm trying to figure out like how to identify that. But you know, against like Yones and Zeds, I don't have that much trouble, I feel.
Yeah, probably because you can... It's maybe more obvious to you, like how you can just punish them with autos, whereas mages you have to like walk up, maybe.
It's, I think it's just, I don't know, the cooldowns that I'm not familiar with, or I don't know. But I mean, it could also be the players. Yone players and Zed players at the CeeLo are like always going for something. But...
Yeah, they want to press their buttons for sure. Okay, so as you can see, like you have no mana already.
Yeah.
This is why I always take Corrupting Pot on this champ.
Like again, it's like the autopiloting thing because you know, I was pressing E on the tower to get the plate, and then I queued the wave. And it took me this slow.
Okay, here we go. Alright. So now you're both level 6. Snare changes again. So her win condition is to stun you in her ult. See how you play this. So much pain. So much pain in my heart. What's funny here is, or which I don't think you realize, is she was fucking trolling. So, look here. So she's about to level 6, and then she hits it. So she thinks she's like getting you with a level 6 spike, right? But then you hit level 6. So now, it comes down to literally just... First of all, she can't even one-shot you right now. Like, even if she does stun you in this, she can't one-shot you.
Like, all she has is, like, mana items or something, right?
What does she have? Yeah, she actually has a tier fucking Sapphire Crystal. So, thing is, you can kill her though. She has no flash. So
No
if
either. Yeah.
the way she should play this is she should put this down, EU, and then you will try to dash in to trade back, and that's when she will stun you, EU again, and then disengage.
Mm-hmm.
But she doesn't know this because she doesn't get punished. She's used to Graves doing this shit right here, dashing away when she's griefing. So she just throws it out like this. Imagine you just dashed in right on top of her. What should she do? Look at her abilities.
Yeah, exactly. Like if I just went towards the wall, you know, like I could chase her down. She's so far up in the lane.
You could even literally dash in right on top of her and get hit by the Q. But because you dash in right on top of her, you're not even in her ult anymore. So she has no damage. Like, can't do anything.
Yeah.
And then if she tries to wall you, it won't matter because you can just W her. So, and then you just run her down. Q her. And you'll have ult too. Like, you just kill her here. This is a free kill she's gifting you. But you...
Yeah.
So
my items are so much better than hers.
That and your champion, just in general, this is your win condition. You can one-shot her. She has to keep her distance from you.
Okay.
Because you're like a very bursty champ. It takes her multiple rotations to kill you. You, because you don't run out of damage because you're an AD champ, you don't need multiple rotations.
Like no downtime.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So why, in your mind, like, why did you dash away here? Panic?
Probably a combination like panic. I'm taking damage. I need to not take damage.
Mm-hmm.
Not much complexity to it, but
Okay. So yeah, we
I
definitely
just don't realize how much stronger than her I was. You know.
And that's why we got to do some limit testing, for sure. You don't limit test like at all. It feels like so you don't know.
Well, it's like there was a time when I would go like crazy hard, and then I'd get like camped, like because I'm going.
That's
like,
okay.
Probably too hard.
Well, remember limit.
I think I wanted to like slow it down and like really look at my laning because I knew there was some problem there, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like
definitely some problems here, for sure. But
yeah, I mean, like there was a time I was taking, you know, electrocute and first strike and all that, going, you know, full burst, and you know, if I didn't, then I'd just like feed my ass off. But...
I'll show. So today, if like the new champ, I'm gonna try to play some games of the new champ today. If I don't get her, I will play Graves mid and show you like what it's supposed to look like. It's actually a very like straightforward game plan with him, like how you're supposed to, and I'll just show you like how I abuse like the people I play against, because it's the same elo.
Yeah, that'd be helpful.
Like
I said, there's really not that much like content for him. There's like 3 people I know who play him mid.
Yep. Shit, what was I gonna say? Fuck. I can't remember. It's okay.
Talking about limit testing.
Yeah, I think I was just gonna say that like if you went in there, oh yeah, limit testing. Remember, there's like needs to be a reason. Like the difference between limit testing and inting is inting. There's no reason to be doing what you're doing. Limit testing is like, okay, there's a reason for me to do this. Like I have a level up. I'm AD versus AP, and they don't have abilities. You know, I have a big wave, so I'm gonna try to 1v2 instead of trying to flash away. You know, like that's a limit test. Inting is just like I'm just going in and trying to kill him for no reason.
There's no like reason. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So like yeah, at this point in the game now, this is where she's okay. Never, ever. This is like a rule. There's like rules in League, like don't chase Singed and all that other like
Don't stand in a Nivea ult.
Never walk into a Nivea ult, ever. That is just asking to die. She should have killed you right there.
Yeah, I mean the jungler's there too. I don't know what was happening.
I don't know. What did she? Wait, what?
Wait, she didn't have Q?
Wait, but when did she use her abilities?
She has it. Oh, she's on the wave.
Oh my god, this dog. Even then, she should still walk up here. Oh, yeah, okay. Yes, we're definitely seeing the main issue here is just not you kind of just trade randomly almost. You're not thinking about, okay, what can I dodge and initiate at the same time? So let me ask you, if you can break down these matchups easily. So let's take another matchup, and I'm going to have you break it down for me. So Graves versus... Let me think. What's a good one here? Okay, yeah. Graves versus Swain.
Okay.
What are the important aspects of that matchup when it comes to like how you're gonna control the wave, trading patterns, like how should the trades look? What should you be looking? When should you be looking to use E? Stuff like that.
Well, his claw is like his big. How he lands the rest of his abilities. Because if he lands his claw on me, he's gonna land his eye. He's gonna land his rake.
Yep.
He's weak pre-6.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how I trade versus him?
Yeah.
I mean, his wave clear is not that good, right?
Nope.
It's like especially early on, because they're gonna do like corrupting pot or some of them even start tier. But...
Mm-hmm.
And Graves is a lot stronger than him, so before he hits 6, I can really bully him.
So, for example, if someone asked me like, what's the trading pattern, like, how should I be looking to trade with Anivia, I would say, as the Graves player, I'd say, push the wave with autos, and try to beat out her Q, and when she uses it, use my E to dash in and dodge the Q and start my trade and all in from there. So, how would you do the same thing but to Swain?
Well, I mean, it would be the same concept, right? I mean, I'd use my E to dodge like forward at an angle so I don't get hit by the return.
Yeah.
Then just harass him under tower as he's going for the CS.
Yeah, the matchup's basically almost exactly the same as Anivia. It's very, very similar, pre-6. So now let's do someone that's a little bit different. So let's... what about Syndra? It's a little trickier.
That one's kind of one I had trouble with, but I guess playing around her Q is a big one. Because, like, I don't really know how to play around that one, though.
Okay,
well, it feels like it's hard to dodge. But...
Well, let's start with the wave.
Oh, well, I still outpush her, right?
Yep.
She'd have to use Q on the wave if she wants to match it.
So you should be constantly
autoing the wave.
And then a lot of it comes down to some movement versus Syndra, where it's like you need to know when she's going to try to use Q and be preemptively dodging, like I talked about with the Anivia Q. But so let's say you're level 2, Syndra has Q and she has W. You have Q and E.
Oh, well, that should be easy, right? Because like her main ability that screws me up would be her stun.
So if she has Q and W, how would you trade level 2? What would you be looking for?
Well, assuming I had like the wave advantage because I've been autoing it, then I could dodge her W with my E.
Right. So when she goes to pick it up, you walk at her. When she throws it, you dash in. Boom. So now let's make it. Now now you're both level 3. So she has stun.
Right.
Changes
then
things.
I'd have to save my E for her stun, right?
So this one's a little bit
trickier.
trickier.
Trying to bait it out.
Yeah. See, so there you go. That was great that you like made that adaptation. Yes. So because her stun, not only let's say you dodge the stun part and you try to dash in, it still pushes you backwards. Like the E itself, even if she doesn't push anything into you, it will push you away. So you'll dash in, she'll push you away. So instead, that ability has like an 18-second cooldown. So instead of trying to dash in, that's an ability you want to try to bait out first. And even if like you bait it out and you get hit by it, those 18 seconds are when you need to abuse her. That's when you need to actually try to fight her.
Right. It'd be like baiting out a Victor laser or something, right?
Well, Victor laser's more of like a poke ability that you can't really avoid. It's up to him to miss it. This is like basically this is to show you the difference between certain abilities where like some of them you can just go in as they throw them to dodge them. Some of them you need to try to bait them out and just try to dodge it first, and then it's like a really long cooldown. and then you go from there and like play aggressive while it's down. So another example of one that's like Syndra E would be what would be one really similar to Syndra E? Fuck. God. I'm trying to remember all the champs. Guys, what's an ability similar to Syndra E? If any of you have been even paying attention, you dogs. Condemn? Well, I mean, we're talking about mid laners here. ZW? ZW not really the same because Graves Graves can dash in when Zed uses W. Ziggs W? Yeah, that could work. Kind of similar. Still not what I'm looking for though. There's an ability I'm thinking of. I just can't. That's the one I was thinking of. Cassio Miasma, her W. If you just try to dash in onto Cassio, she puts Miasma on you, right? So like.
Yeah, I have to make her use it first.
You want to like walk at her, try to get her to use it, and then
make her react to me. Okay, that makes sense.
So yeah, it's just like there's certain abilities you need to bait out first because they're so important, and there's others. Oh, so LeBlanc E, that's another one. Jeez, I haven't seen LeBlanc literally in like 5 patches.
She's in the dumpster, that's why.
Yeah. But okay, so let's do. Okay, how about Diana? Diana versus Graves. This one's a little bit different.
Oh, I actually played that. Well, it's kind of playing around her Q. I mean, assuming we're both like level 3, or are we like level 2?
Yeah, sure. You're both level 3?
I feel like I have to bait out her Q, because if she lands her Q on me, that means she can probably land her E easily.
Well, let's take. So, like, you should always kind of take it from the top. Wave first.
Oh. Well, I outpush her. I can harass her on the wave too. She's melee.
So, constantly autoing.
Yeah.
And then, then remember to take into account AP versus AD.
Right.
So, if she's AP and you're AD, and you're outpushing her, meaning you have more minions. Even if you're not outpushing, let's say there's no minions at all and you guys are just fighting each other. And you guys are 100% HP. Who wins if you guys land everything?
Graves does.
Right. Because Diana jumps in. And, like, Diana has more, like, a longer... like, she's better in extended fights than most AP champs. But she's still not going to be stronger than Graves. So... you don't have to be very afraid of her if she jumps on you, but when it comes to her Q, the way you want to use your E with her Q. So if you are, if this is Diana, and you're right here, remember her Q is an arc. So you literally you should be watching for her, and then the moment you see it, because it always comes from her right hand.
Right.
And then now you're on top of her, and she doesn't have her most important ability. It's not like Syndra's E where it's going to like push you away or anything like that.
Right, and then she's just auto attacks and her W. Like.
Right. Like she has nothing left. You're just going to abuse her. So like you can win a lot of lanes literally by just doing this. By going in, because they are not like I said, they aren't used to being punished like this. And you can win lanes just by going in when they throw an ability without respecting that you have a dash first.
Right. Okay. Makes sense.
Okay. Let me move this real fast. And do this so it doesn't freeze. Let me see something. I want to see what happened in this one. Oh, this was versus Katarina. How is this matchup? How'd you do in this matchup versus Katarina?
I thought I did okay actually. I killed her level 3 or 4.
Okay.
That one was kind of a weird game. I did okay in lane, but I didn't really know how to translate that out of lane, and I kind of went for stupid plays
Okay.
like across the map.
Okay. Yeah, we'll definitely probably tackle something like that another time, since we are like focusing like purely on laning right now.
Right.
I actually want to quickly, before we wrap this up, I actually want to open up this Katarina one real quick.
Okay.
Because we just did a mage one, but I want to see. I have a feeling, my prediction is like you kill her at level 3 or 4 or whatever, but she kills herself. Like I have a feeling she jumps in and then you kill her.
That's exactly what happened, actually.
Okay. Yeah, I figured. Cause
she jumps in with 2 PTA procs on her in like a full wave of minions, and I auto her and ignite her. She dies.
That's what I figured, yeah. Because just like seeing the way you played the last one, it doesn't seem like you're going to be just like, pressuring her, punishing her like you should. So I got, oh god.
Oh yeah, that was Bard started Portal level 1.
That is interesting. Okay, so Katarina, look, she has TP Ignite, right? So no flash. And also look at her items. Dark Seal and refillable pot. So imagine if right here, like if I was you.
Mm-hmm.
So the way we just broke down this game, or the matchups, Diana and all them. If you broke it down here, just for level 1, how would you think about this?
Well, she just threw her Q. Or you mean from the beginning, right?
Just even from this point. It doesn't even matter like if she has her Q up or not. Just like AP versus AD, how strong.
Yeah, it's the exact same concept. Like I'll push faster than her. I do more damage, auto for auto.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, she has no flash, so she's not gonna get away.
Mm-hmm. So, since we know she's AP and she's much weaker than other AP champs, honestly, like
right.
Diana or something, you could literally just go in. That's it. You can just go in. The minions don't matter because she's so weak. Like she doesn't have Conqueror to sit there and auto with you. She has a Dark Seal, so she has no longsword. So you can actually just go in and just straight up auto her until she's back at her tower. You could do the same thing to like a Fizz, because he's also really weak at level 1.
Right, like 1 to 3 is their really weak points.
Well, yeah, like 1 and 2 especially. Like level 3, they can actually fight you, but level 1, like AD champions are very strong level 1. So like if she had a longsword here and Conqueror, I would never tell you to do this, because then she can actually try to like dance around the minions and fight you, but she doesn't do any fucking damage to you. You could have even started E and just went in with E. That's what I would have done.
I used to do that in like some matchups early, like a long time ago, but
especially if you have PTA. Oh yeah, bro, you could straight up kill her level 1 right here. Because like I would have walked back to where you were like this, knowing she's gonna walk up for this, but I'm just like making her feel safe, and I just cut her off.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, that's a lot of damage level 1 if I was starting versus her.
See, like you're afraid here, and you're walking backwards when you can straight up kill her right now. That's what I mean, kind of like limit testing in a sense. Like against these AP champs, after you kill your first 3 minions, like don't hesitate to just try it all in.
Yeah, I think I'll definitely be doing that more. The more games I play.
Like, see, like that would never happen. If I'm playing Graves, you will not see this Katarina auto a single fucking CS without taking something for it. That's what I'm talking about right there. Where it's like you need to see what CS she's going for, and you need to punish that shit. Because you are so much stronger than her.
Exactly.
If she jumps on this, she's a griefer. Okay, auto. Oh, pain. So you see here how it's like so. The odds of her jumping into this dagger are so high, even though she shouldn't. Like you're standing right on top of it, she can't resist. You have to understand this. She cannot help it. She has to jump to it. It is just it's
That's what they do.
yeah. So imagine you just hold this Q here, let her jump to this, auto E auto. As she runs away, you Q off the wall. She's almost dead already.
Okay. Yeah. She has only one place to walk.
Because you didn't even proc PTA because you dashed away when you should never dash away there. You didn't land the second part of your Q. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and look. So why are we even running away right here?
I don't even know.
Yeah.
I really don't know because it's a jungle Rengar, and I think I put a useless word top rush.
Because look how, if I was you, I would literally be standing right on top of these minions. Be telling her, go ahead, jump to them. Come get them. Right? You're going to pay for it, but...
I think I was, a little worried because I didn't have flash from the level 1, but that shouldn't matter if I was beating her up.
Yeah, you can even pop a potion here. You have 3 pots. Pop that potion and sit there and eco her. She will jump in anyway. And then you just get free autos. Look at her. Look at her.
Oh
Look.
my god.
You can't let her do that. Hit her. Wait, did you say something? I was charging my headset.
No, I didn't say anything.
Okay, cool. So, you go in here. Finally, you go in for something that you shouldn't go in for. That has yet to happen because you never go in.
It's like you said, it's just a random
Yeah.
time when I decided to go in.
What was your reasoning here?
Well, I figured I had more health than her. And
I mean, I can't argue with that. That's a good place to start for sure.
so I thought I could just get an EQ on her.
Okay.
And,
So, what's the
her-
problem here?
She has the minion wave.
Right. So remember, it's a process. Push,
Mhm.
harass under tower.
Make a play, right?
You are skipping that push step. Because, that level 1 is a little bit different because it's level 1, where you're so much stronger and there was only 3 minions left, right? This is a cannon wave. You didn't push or anything. You're just jumping into a cannon wave. If I'm her, I'll take this fight all day because I'll just stand behind minions and not get hit anyway. So,
Right.
you got to push first. It's you're playing so scared, you're giving up CS, but nothing to be afraid of. Oh my goodness. Yeah, look at that. And this is with you, I think, autoing a minion first.
Yeah, I blocked my auto.
It seems like you're not prepared for her. You're not ready for if she does jump to this to punish right away.
I didn't expect she would because it didn't seem like a good idea. But
Remember what you said. These are specimens. We are in lobster low. We are in we're in low elo. So anything can happen. If you're standing on this shit, you have to understand there is a 50-50 chance she jumps on that and she gets herself killed. So pop a potion right now, just in case, and then the moment she does, eat that ass. She is so fucked right here. You have to understand she has no minions to jump to get away. She has no flash.
well, after she does this,
You could kill her here.
jump in. Well, she kills herself, but
Yeah, I'm sure. And I hate that I don't. Oh my goodness. God. Oh man, she ignites. Oh, let me out. Okay, perfect time to stop. Perfect. This Katarina made us all a lot worse. So, you see what I mean? She even.
yeah.
I mean, what was she thinking was gonna happen?
I
Right here.
don't really know.
Who the fuck knows? What the fuck? You don't want to be in this elo with this?
No.
No. So yeah, we just need you to actually focus on. Remember the game plan. I'm gonna play a game of Graves Mid tonight. If I forget, and you're in the chat or something, tell me, so I don't
Yeah, I'll
forget.
probably be around.
Because I'm kind of brain dead.
That's all good.
But okay, so I think everyone. I think we see here all the things you need to work on, and I think it all makes sense. Do you have any questions on anything before
Uh,
we wrap this up?
Pertaining to that, it's a lot of stuff to. It's good stuff to keep in mind. You know, I think like you said, if I think more critically about these like matchups, limit test. You know, I'll probably
Yeah.
learn a lot more. Probably a lot more fun too.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, like you don't have to int, of course, but
I don't plan on it. It just sort of
it could happen, and that's fine. Like I always tell people all the time, I'd rather see them int than do what you like. I'd rather see you run it the fuck down than what you're doing right now, to be honest. So,
Okay.
okay, so yeah, we know what you need to do. Go try to do it, and then you can ask me like if things things should go wrong a little bit sometimes, and if you don't know why, you can always ask me, and I'll look at it.
All right. Well, I appreciate that.
And yeah, all right. So if that's everything, you have a good night, and I'm gonna try to play that Graves mid game.
All right. Cool. I'll be here for it.
All right, man. Have a good one.
Alrighty. Bye bye.